Averna was not the kind of city that waited for anyone. Buses roared. Street vendors shouted. Construction dust floated permanently in the air like a stubborn memory. At night, neon lights reflected against glass buildings that stood beside old cement houses painted in fading blues and greens. But Kingsley lived slowly, not lazily, not aimlessly, just intentionally. He was 32 years old, medium height, calm eyes, always neatly dressed, ironed shirts, polished shoes, simple wristwatch. He worked as a financial records officer at a mid-sized import company called Harper & Row Logistics. It wasn't glamorous work, but it was stable, reliable, predictable, and Kingsley liked predictable. He lived in a modest one-bedroom apartment in North Averna. The building had peeling paint, but his unit was immaculate. White curtains, a small reading desk, a bookshelf with old novels and accounting manuals, a two-seater couch. No unnecessary luxury. He had once dreamed of becoming extremely wealthy, but life had taught him something else. Peace was more valuable than noise. On Sundays, he washed his own clothes. On Mondays, he arrived at work before everyone else. On Fridays, he treated himself to roasted corn and tea from the same roadside vendor. He was not poor. He was not rich. He was fine. His coworkers liked him, though they never fully understood him. "You need to enjoy life more," Tarek would say. "You're too serious." Kingsley would smile lightly. "I am enjoying life." "How?" He would shrug. "I sleep well." And that was true. Until the evening it changed. It happened on a Tuesday. The sky had been heavy all afternoon. By 5:30 p.m., rain began falling in thick sheets, swallowing sidewalks and turning streets into silver rivers. Workers rushed for buses. Umbrellas collided. Horns blared impatiently. Kingsley stepped out of his office building and paused beneath the awning. He didn't mind rain. He liked how it slowed people down. Across the road, near a pedestrian crossing, he noticed someone standing alone. A woman. She wore a simple long dress and held a white cane in one hand. The rain dotted her braids, but she didn't move. Cars rushed past without slowing. Her chin tilted slightly, as if listening. Not watching. Listening. Kingsley's chest tightened. She wasn't hesitating because of fear. She couldn't see. Without thinking, he crossed toward her through the rain. "Excuse me," he said gently. She turned toward his voice immediately. Yes. Her eyes were open. Beautiful, soft brown but unfocused. "Would you like help crossing?" There was a small pause. Not pride. Not suspicion. Just evaluation. "Yes," she said quietly. "Thank you." Her voice was steady, mature, calm. He stepped beside her. "You can hold my arm." Her fingers rested lightly at his elbow. Not gripping, just trusting. The trust startled him. They walked carefully through the rain. Cars splashed water nearby. The world felt loud, but the space between them felt strangely quiet. When they reached the other side, she smiled. "You have a careful walk," she said. He blinked. "What?" "You don't rush your steps." He laughed softly. "I didn't know that was something people noticed." "I notice many things." "What's your name?" he asked. "Dora." "I'm Kingsley." "Kingsley," she repeated slowly, as if testing how it felt. "That suits your voice." "And what does my voice sound like?" "Like someone who doesn't lie easily." He was unexpectedly disarmed. The rain continued falling. "Are you heading somewhere?" he asked. "Yes. I'm waiting for the 22C bus." "That might take a while in this rain." "I know." He hesitated, then stayed. They stood beneath a half-broken shelter while rain drummed loudly on the metal roof. "What do you do, Dora?" he asked. "I edit audio content from home." "Podcasts?" "Audiobooks. I used to study mass communication at Averna State University." "Used to?" She nodded slightly. "I lost my sight 3 years ago." The way she said it held no drama. Just fact. "If you don't mind me asking," degenerative optic condition. It worsened over time. "I'm sorry." She tilted her head. "Are you?" "Yes." She smiled softly. Most people say sorry because they don't know what else to say.
He didn't respond.
She continued, I don't mind the rain. I like how it sounds. It makes everything else honest. Honest. When it rains, people stop pretending they're not in a hurry. He laughed. The bus arrived sooner than expected. She turned toward him before stepping forward. Kingsley. Yes. Thank you. Not just for crossing the road. For what else? For staying. The bus doors opened. Will I hear your voice again? She asked. His heart shifted slightly. If you'd like to. She smiled. I would. And then she was gone. Kingsley stood in the rain long after the bus disappeared. Something had moved inside him. Not attraction. Not yet. Something quieter. Recognition. 3 days later, he returned to the same crossing at the same time. He told himself it was coincidence. It wasn't. She was there again. This time without rain. Kingsley, she asked before he spoke. He froze. How did you? You clear your throat softly before you speak. He laughed in disbelief. You're observant. I have to be. He walked her across again. This time they didn't rush. He learned she lived with her parents in West Averna. She learned he worked with numbers and hated dishonesty. You sound like someone who carries responsibility carefully, she told him. And you sound like someone who hears what others ignore, he replied. They began meeting deliberately after that. Not calling it dates. Just walks. Tea at a quiet cafe where he described the colors of the walls. Park benches where he narrated children running. Evenings where he described sunsets in patient detail. It's orange today, he told her once. But not bright orange. Soft. Like warm bread. She closed her eyes. I like that. He found himself choosing words carefully for her. Words became paintbrushes. He described buildings, clothing, expressions. One evening, she asked softly, what do I look like? He hesitated. You have expressive eyebrows, he said. When you laugh, your nose crinkles slightly. Your braids frame your face perfectly. And my eyes. He swallowed. They're beautiful. She turned quiet. They don't work, she whispered. I didn't say they worked, he replied gently. I said they're beautiful. Silence wrapped around them. That was the first moment something deeper began forming. Not pity. Not obligation. Love does not begin loudly. It begins like this. Carefully. Weeks passed. He met her family. Her mother studied him with cautious warmth. Her father asked direct questions. You understand her condition? Yes, sir. You're not here because you feel noble? No, sir. You earn enough to support yourself? Yes, sir. And her? Kingsley paused. I'm not wealthy, he said honestly, but I am stable. Her father nodded slowly. Dora listened quietly from the couch. Later that night, she asked him, Did my father intimidate you? A little. She laughed. Good. That means he likes you. He walked home that evening with something unfamiliar in his chest. Hope. One night on the rooftop of her parents' home, with city lights glowing in the distance, Dora spoke softly. Do you ever think about the future, Kingsley? Yes. Does it scare you? No. Why? Because I don't plan it alone. She turned toward him slowly. Are you saying what I think you're saying? He reached for her hands. Dora, I don't see you as incomplete. Her breathing shifted. I want to build a life with you. She trembled slightly. You've never seen me, she whispered. I have, he replied. Not fully. Fully isn't always physical. Silence. Then, I love you, Kingsley. The words landed softly but permanently. I love you too. The city hummed below. Above them, the sky held its quiet approval. And neither of them knew that love was about to demand more than either had ever given. Before we go any further, can I ask you a quick favor? This episode wasn't made by an algorithm. It was built piece by piece. The script, the voice, the edits, the sound, every moment was crafted to pull you deeper into the story. And supporting the channel costs you nothing, but it genuinely helps more than you think. So if you're enjoying the story, tap like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next timeline we open. And I want to hear from you. Comment where you're watching from, city or country. I read every single comment, and I'll be picking a few of you for a shout out in the next video. Alright, now back to our story. Love did not rush Kingsley and Dora. It settled. It grew roots. Months passed in a rhythm that felt almost sacred. Kingsley still worked at Harper & Row Logistics, balancing ledgers and reviewing expense reports, but his evenings belonged to Dora. His weekends belonged to her laughter. His quiet thoughts began to include her name naturally, like breath. In Averna, the dry season had arrived. The sky stretched pale and cloudless, and dust floated lazily through the air. Kingsley had started saving more aggressively, not because of any emergency, but because love had shifted his priorities. He found himself thinking long-term. Furniture, a better apartment, a small ceremony, a future. One evening, as they sat in Dora's family living room, she traced her fingers along the edge of a small box he had placed in her hands. "What is this?" she asked. "Open it." She carefully lifted the lid. Inside was a delicate bracelet with tiny engraved charms. "It's silver," he said softly. "There's a small sun charm, and a tiny book." She smiled. "You're describing it like you're proud." "I am." "Why a sun?" "Because you are light, even when you think you're in darkness." Her breathing slowed. "And the book." "Because you listen to stories the way others watch them." She reached forward and found his hand. "You don't buy expensive things," she said. "I buy intentional things." Her mother watched them quietly from the kitchen doorway, and for the first time, she looked at Kingsley not as a visitor, but as family. Their engagement happened simply. No grand hall, no dramatic proposal with fireworks, just a small gathering in Dora's parents' backyard. Close relatives, soft music, food prepared by neighbors. Kingsley stood before her with a small ring. "Dora," he said, voice steady but thick with emotion. "I promise to choose you every day, not out of obligation, not out of pity, but because loving you has been the clearest decision of my life." Her lips trembled. "And I promise," she replied, "to trust the man whose footsteps I learned before I ever saw his face." Applause rose around them. Kingsley slid the ring onto her finger. In that moment, nothing felt uncertain. The first crack appeared quietly. It began during a routine hospital visit. Dora still attended periodic consultations at Averna Central Medical Institute. Most visits were brief, progressions monitored, minor tests conducted. That day, the air in the consultation room felt different. The ophthalmologist, Dr. Adebayo, reviewed her scans longer than usual. Kingsley noticed. "Is something wrong?" he asked gently. Dr. Adebayo removed his glasses and folded his hands. "There has been advancement in surgical intervention for Dora's condition." Silence. Dora's fingers tightened around Kingsley's. "What does that mean?" she asked carefully. "It means there is now a procedure available that could restore a significant portion of your vision." The words hung in the air. Kingsley's heartbeat became audible in his ears. Dora did not speak. She had lived in darkness long enough that hope felt dangerous. "What are the chances?" Kingsley asked. "High," the doctor replied, "but not guaranteed." And the cost? The number that followed did not feel real. It was not something Kingsley had in savings, not something he could casually arrange. It was the kind of amount people discussed in whispers. Dora inhaled slowly. "That's too much," she said softly. The doctor continued explaining payment plans and timelines, but Kingsley barely heard him. He was looking at Dora, imagining her eyes opening, imagining her seeing sunlight, imagining her seeing herself, imagining her seeing him. That night, they sat in her bedroom. No lights on, just the quiet hum of a ceiling fan. "You don't have to think about it," Dora said. "I already am. I've lived like this for 3 years, Kingsley. I am not unhappy." "I know." "Then don't carry something that will break you." He turned toward her. "Do you want to see again?" She hesitated. Then the smallest crack in her composure appeared. "Yes." It was barely audible. "Yes," she repeated, stronger. He felt something shift inside him. "Then we'll make it happen." She shook her head immediately. "No." Don't say that like it's simple. It's not simple, but it's possible. Kingsley, I don't want you to spend the rest of your life wondering what the sky looks like now. Her voice broke. And if it fails, then we tried. She reached for his face, memorizing it with her fingers as she often did. You're already enough, she whispered. He closed his eyes, but he had already decided. Kingsley did not tell her the full weight of the cost. He didn't want hope to become pressure. Instead, he began quietly restructuring his life. He requested additional hours at work. He volunteered for audit review projects others avoided. He took freelance accounting consultations in the evenings for small businesses in Averna's marketplace district. His days became longer. His nights became shorter. Sleep reduced to necessity. He stopped taking buses and began walking more often. He stopped buying small comforts. The roasted corn vendor noticed. No corn today? Not today, Kingsley smiled. Tarek at work noticed his fatigue. You look terrible. Thank you. I'm serious. What's going on? Nothing. Just saving. For what? A private jet. For something important. He did not elaborate. Months passed. The numbers began rising slowly in his savings account. But slowly was not fast enough. He evaluated everything he owned. The television went first. Then the spare phone. Then the small investment fund he had built for years. Still not enough. He stood one evening in the parking lot beside his car. It wasn't new, but it was reliable. Paid off. He had bought it after years of disciplined saving. He ran his hand along the hood. I'm sorry, he murmured to the empty air. 2 weeks later, it was gone. He began using public transport again. When Dora asked, "Why do you sound more tired lately?" he replied gently, "Work is busy." She didn't fully believe him, but she trusted him. One night, he returned home past midnight. He removed his shoes slowly and sat on his couch in darkness. His body ached. His hands trembled slightly. He opened his banking app. Still short. Not by much, but enough to matter. He stared at the final option left. A small plot of land on the outskirts of Averna. He had been paying for it gradually for 4 years. It was his one-day plan. His future house. His independence. He closed his eyes, then reopened them. The next morning, he called the buyer. When the final transfer reflected in his account, Kingsley sat very still. It was done. Every extra shift, every sacrifice, every sold possession, all converted into one payment. He went to the hospital and made the transfer. The hospital administrator confirmed it. Payment received in full. He walked outside afterward and sat on a bench. For the first time in months, he allowed himself to breathe fully. He looked up at the sky. It's pale blue today, he whispered, imagining telling her. And for the first time since the doctor's appointment, hope did not feel dangerous. It felt earned. That evening, he told Dora, "The surgery is scheduled." Silence. "You're joking." "I'm not." "How?" "We managed." "How, Kingsley?" He brushed it aside gently. "Don't worry about that." Her hands found his. "You did something." "I did what I needed to." Her voice trembled. "You sound thinner." He laughed softly. "That's not how sound works." "Kingsley." "Yes. If I open my eyes and I don't like what I see." He swallowed emotion. "Then I'll describe it better." She laughed through tears. And for a moment, everything felt possible. The surgery was scheduled for early spring. 2 weeks away. 2 weeks that felt like 2 years. Dora oscillated between excitement and fear. Kingsley remained steady on the outside. But at night, alone, he imagined it constantly. Her first blink. Her first tear. Her first look at him. Would she smile? Would she be surprised? Would she recognize him from touch alone? He found himself suddenly insecure. What if she expected someone taller? He muttered to his bathroom mirror one morning, then laughed at himself. Love had already happened. Sight would not undo it. He believed that. Completely. On the night before the surgery, they sat together quietly. "No matter what happens," Dora said, "don't regret loving me." He looked at her, stunned. "That's impossible." She smiled faintly. Then tomorrow, let's be brave. He kissed her forehead gently. We already are. Morning came, and with it, the beginning of everything changing. The morning of the surgery arrived without drama. No thunder, no symbolic rain, just a quiet, pale sunrise stretching over Averna like any other day. But for Kingsley and Dora, it felt like standing at the edge of a cliff, not knowing whether they would fly or fall. Kingsley barely slept the night before. He had laid awake staring at his ceiling, replaying every step that had led them here. The extra shifts, the silent exhaustion, the plot of land, the car, the hunger he ignored, and yet, he felt no regret, only anticipation. When he arrived at Averna Central Medical Institute, Dora was already dressed in a light hospital gown, her braids tied back neatly. "You're early," she said when she heard his footsteps. "You can hear anxiety now," he teased softly. "I can hear everything today." He sat beside her and took her hand. Her palm was cold. "Are you afraid?" he asked gently. "Yes," she replied without pretending otherwise. He respected that about her. She did not hide from truth. "What if I see differently than I imagine?" she whispered. "Then we adjust. What if I don't see at all?" "Then nothing changes," he said firmly. "You are still Dora. I am still Kingsley." She exhaled slowly. The nurse entered to prepare her. As they began wheeling her toward the surgical wing, she reached out suddenly. "Kingsley, I'm here. If I wake up and they say it worked, I want the first face I see to be yours." His throat tightened. "You will. Promise." "I promise." They held eye contact, her unfocused gaze and his steady one, until the double doors separated them. The waiting room felt colder than usual. Kingsley sat alone at first. Dora's parents joined him later, carrying silent prayers in their eyes. Her mother clutched a small handkerchief tightly. Her father stood by the window, arms folded, pretending strength. The hours crawled. Every time a doctor stepped into the corridor, Kingsley's heart leaped. He prayed quietly, not bargaining, not demanding, just asking. Please let her see. Please let her see herself. Please let her see how strong she has been. Please let her see. 4 hours passed. Then 5. Finally, Dr. Adebayo emerged. Kingsley stood before the doctor spoke. "The procedure went smoothly," the doctor said calmly. "We won't know full results until the bandages are removed, but medically, it was successful." Dora's mother broke into tears immediately. Her father closed his eyes in relief. Kingsley felt his knees weaken. Successful. The word echoed inside him like music. "Can we see her?" he asked. "She will be sedated for a few hours." "But yes." Dora lay peacefully when they entered. White bandages wrapped around her eyes. Machines hummed softly beside her bed. Kingsley approached slowly. "You did it," he whispered near her ear. Her lips curved faintly. Though unconscious, she seemed to sense him. He stood there for a long time, imagining the moment the bandages would come off, imagining her blinking into light, imagining her searching, imagining her finding him. He smiled. For the first time in months, his body relaxed fully. The battle had been fought. The price had been paid. Now they would collect the reward. 2 days later, Dora sat upright in her hospital bed. The bandage removal was scheduled for late morning. Kingsley had stepped out early to retrieve a small bouquet of fresh lilies, her favorite scent. He wanted to be there before the nurses began, before the light touched her eyes. He wanted to stand in front of her, not as a voice, but as a man. Inside the hospital room, Dora's fingers trembled slightly. Her mother sat beside her. "Is he here?" Dora asked. He stepped out for a moment. Her mother replied carefully. "He'll be back." Dora nodded. "Make sure he's the first thing I see." "You'll see him," her father said gently. Meanwhile, Kingsley stood outside the hospital entrance holding the flowers. He looked down at his reflection in the glass doors. He adjusted his collar, smoothed his hair. For the first time in years, he felt nervous about his appearance. What if she expected someone different, he muttered, then laughed softly at himself. Love had already chosen. Still, his heart pounded. He stepped toward the road to hail a cab to circle around to the back entrance, where visitors were redirected. A yellow cab stopped. He entered quickly. To Avernus Central Medical, rear wing. The driver nodded. As the car moved through traffic, Kingsley stared out the window. He imagined her eyes slowly adjusting. He imagined her saying, "So this is you." He imagined her smiling. Would she touch his face again? Would she laugh? Would she cry? He tightened his grip on the bouquet. A strange calm settled over him. The city blurred past. And then, a truck. Too fast. A horn blaring violently. The screech of brakes. Metal folding like paper. A violent impact that split the air open. Silence. Then shouting. Then sirens. Back at the hospital, Dora's bandages were being carefully loosened. Her breathing quickened. The nurse spoke softly. "Slowly now. Your eyes will be sensitive." Dora swallowed. Light pressed faintly through the thinning layers. Her heart hammered. "Is he here?" she asked again. "He's on his way," her mother whispered, voice unsteady. The final layer lifted. At first, brightness. A burning glow. She flinched. Then shapes. Blurry. Undefined. She blinked rapidly. Colors bled together. Tears spilled automatically from overstimulated eyes. "I can see," she whispered faintly. Her mother gasped. Her father covered his mouth. "I can see light." The nurse smiled. "Give it a moment." Slowly, edges sharpened. The ceiling. The outline of a face. Her mother's face. The first face she had seen in 3 years. Her mother sobbed openly. Dora reached forward hesitantly. "I can see you." Joy filled the room like sunlight. "Where's Kingsley?" she asked, scanning the doorway. Her father's expression changed. He turned toward the hall. Footsteps approached rapidly. But not Kingsley's. A hospital administrator. Whispering urgently to her father. Dora noticed. Something shifted. "What is it?" she asked. No one answered immediately. Her vision grew clearer by the second. And in that clarity, she saw something she had never seen before. Fear. On her father's face. "Daddy." He stepped toward her slowly. His hands trembled. "There has been an accident." Her heart stopped. What accident? Kingsley was involved in a collision on his way here. The room felt smaller. "He's at the hospital?" she asked quickly. "Bring him. I want to see him." Her father's silence answered first. Then his voice broke. He didn't survive. The world did not shatter. It disappeared. "No," she said calmly at first. Then louder. "No." Her vision blurred again. Not from blindness, but from tears. "You're lying." Her mother held her tightly. "He was coming to see you," her father whispered. "He was holding flowers." Dora screamed. Not dramatically, not theatrically, but from somewhere deep and ancient. The kind of sound that comes when the soul tears. She tried to stand. "I have to see him." The nurses tried to calm her, but she refused. "I waited to see him. I waited." Her father nodded slowly, through tears. They arranged it. Hours later, Dora walked down a hospital corridor she was seeing for the first time. White walls, gray tiles, fluorescent lights. Everything too bright, everything too real. She moved slowly, every step heavy. They stopped at a quiet room. Her father opened the door. Kingsley lay still on a narrow bed. No machines now, no urgency, just stillness. Dora stepped inside. Her breath shook violently. This was the first time she would see him, and the last. She approached slowly. Her eyes traced his face, the curve of his jaw, the shape of his eyebrows, the faint scar near his temple, his eyelashes resting peacefully. "So this is you," she whispered. Her knees weakened. She reached out and touched his cheek. "You're handsome," she said, voice collapsing. Tears fell onto his still face. "I wanted to see you smile." She pressed her forehead to his chest. "I told you to wait." The flowers he had carried were placed beside him, crushed slightly from impact. She noticed them. He had remembered. He had come. He had kept his promise, but destiny had not. The funeral took place 3 days later. Dora stood beside his grave, her vision now clear enough to see the world sharply, sharp enough to see the absence beside her. The sky above Averna was painfully blue. "So that's blue," she whispered to herself. She placed her hand on the casket before it was lowered. "You described it better," she said softly. When the earth covered him, something inside her closed. Not her heart, but her future. Weeks passed. She could see everything now. The streets, the buildings, mirrors, herself. But sight had come with unbearable clarity. Every corner of the city reminded her of him. The crossing where they met, the cafe where he described colors, the rooftop where he proposed. She visited his grave often, sitting quietly, talking. "I wore yellow today," she would tell him. "It's brighter than I imagined." She never removed her ring. People began whispering gently, "She's young. She'll move on. Time heals." But time did not heal. Time sharpened memory. One evening, standing before her bedroom mirror, Dora looked at her own eyes. Clear, working, alive. "I can see," she whispered. Then tears fell. "And it cost you everything."